gonna try to make this intro very quick because I have a lot of designs and I don't want to take up too much time. But of course, this is part two. As I said, I was gonna do Pinocchio designs, and I have a lot. Like I counted 15 or 16 drawings. So let's just get started with the first most important character, little marionette boy, Pinocchio, the mischievous uh, little guy. I didn't really have much to do in this design. I just gave him a paper coat because in the original story, him and his father were so poor. His coat was literally made out of paper, and that's kind of sad to think about. But I think it's very sweet that his dad made him a little paper coat. I didn't really have much to add on. I wanted to give the shirt a cute little bow on it, which you can't really see it compared to the brown shirt. Um, I added a little wood texture. I don't think I have a lot to say. It's just what I do notice though is that most interpretations of this character is either like little child or like twink. But I think that's all I really have to say about this design. It's not much. Next is a character that I wouldn't really say anyone even thinks about because I don't even know if he was like in the Disney movie version, but it is Lampwick. Now he has a name. I don't know why they call him Lampwick in the story. Um but you know, just go with it. I wanted to draw him like a candle because I wanted each of them to kind of look a little bit different. He's got like I was thinking like this could be like a little hot-headed character, and the little candle head could like add on to that. Like maybe the flame gets bigger if he's mad. Um, I gave him a little bathrobe because in the original story, I think they describe him as just being like a lazy little boy. So I just thought that giving him a bathrobe would add on to that. I just tried to make him look like super drippy, like a candle. Ooh, drippy. um, that's I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about these designs. I do have like a story in my head, but I just feel like that's too deep to go into right now, and I don't even have it fully fleshed out yet. But this is probably one of my favorite designs for this, and that's all. I'm keeping this really short. Next is everyone's favorite little azure fairy, the blue fairy, the azure fairy, though. That's what she's in the story. That's what she's called in the story. I saw the Disney version. I did not see the movie, actually. I saw it when I was a kid, and I thought Pinocchio was really annoying, but uh, actually saw an image of the fairy recently, and I just thought, like, I don't know. I just feel like she's a little bit basic-fied. Because they didn't even give her her signature blue hair. Her hair is blue. It's azure colored. They literally say that in this story. She has azure hair. She just dies so much in this story. She dies like twice. She almost dies the second time. And do you know why she almost dies? Because Pinocchio went away from her. Like, he just disappeared for a little bit. And she's like, ooh, I'm so grieved. I will die. It's so funny to me. I actually just decided to come up with a reason for that. I'm just thinking that she puts a lot of her power into making these little inanimate objects become little boys and girls, and if they go away from her, obviously she's going to strain out her power. So that's my version. That's my reason. I just wanted to give her like a detailed look. I wanted her to look like a little fairy princess. She is a little fairy princess. I just wanted her to look super blue, like everything was blue, and I made her skin really pale because I wanted her to look like she just glows, you know? Like if you pointed a flashlight at her, she would just start glowing. I just wanted her to look nice, you know? I also drew a sick version. I was just thinking that the more that the children are away from her, she just gets like sicker and sicker, and like her dress just starts to deflate completely. But the speed paint for that is like at the very end. So I'm not really gonna pull it up now. But this is it for the cute little fairy. I think. I think that's all I have to say. But yeah, I was probably also gonna draw normal versions, so when she has to blend into a crowd, but that's all I really want to draw for her. I think the next characters are the fox and the cat, the ones that try to rob the main character. I wanted the fox to have like this little Red Riding Hood look. I don't really know why. I just wanted to give her like a red cape because I just thought it would, like, just to shout out to other fairy tales. I was originally gonna give her little like braid hair, like little tied up braid hair. I don't really know how to explain it, but I just didn't know, like, I just didn't like it, so I just tried to like mess around with the hair. I didn't actually have a design for her at first. I literally only did this video so I could just finish all of the designs. um I guess she kind of looks like a little play pretend kind of child. um the what looks like a mask is not a mask, it's actually a part of her face. But it does look like a mask, and I just thought it would look really cute, and I put like little white at the ends of everything to be more reminiscent of a fox. I also need to mention that she does not have a tail, because in the original story the fox chopped his tail off for some money. They were so broke. Why are all of the characters so broke? The cat, in the story, the cat makes up a lie about having a son that's about to die, so he's like, well, I need to go. um so I just decided I would just kind of make it that this character is sick because of that. And also, the cat gets his arm bitten in the original story, and he puts his arm up in a sling because of that. So I thought I would also include that. Um, I think that's all I have to say about these two as well. I'm just keeping this really short because I don't have anything to say. I don't know. I just like these designs, but I feel like I did better for the fox than I did for the cat. The next one is technically the fisherman, but I just wanted all of these characters to be like children. So I just decided to take the character that kind of died next to the water. There's this kid called Eugene who gets hit in the head with a book and just straight up dies. They don't say he dies, but they say like he passed out. I'm not sure. Because I'm really unsure. They don't, it's between saying he's a corpse and the cops saying that he's actually alive. The Carbineers. But I just thought I would include him because I wanted all of the characters to be pretty young, but he's technically just the fisherman. I just wanted it to look like a bunch of fish skin kind of sewed together. And I put a bandage on his head because obviously he got hit in the head with a book. I don't really know what you want. That's probably all I have for this design. I don't like this design. I wanted to give him like a little swimsuit, like one of those really old swimsuits with like the stripes on them. I don't really like this design. It's my least favorite, but I'm going to be getting on to my favorites after this one, which are the 4 rabbits. Yes, they are 4. In the story, or at least something that I found funny in the story, is that there are 4 small little bunny rabbits that are described as being as black as ink, that just carry a huge coffin on their backs and then just tell Pinocchio if he doesn't take his medicine, he's gonna die. He's gonna go with the coffin. And I thought it was so funny because I just imagined these small little rabbits carrying a huge little coffin on their backs. So I just decided to draw 4, and they have a pet rabbit that I didn't draw, but I call him Barnaby, and he's just a huge black rabbit, as black as ink. So obviously there was no real reason to draw him anyways. Also, yes, there are 4 in the original story, not 5, as some people would think. Maybe, not really. I don't know. I wanted them to be like kind of forces of nature, more or less, than like anything that's actually a threat. Because technically, they don't really do anything wrong. They just say like, well, if you don't take your medicine, you're gonna die anyways. So, not my choice. The first one I wanted to draw, like, I wanted them to be like funeral service people, like they cater to funerals. And the first one, I was thinking it could be like, he just kind of makes the coffins. He's like a really crafty guy. He makes the coffins. He definitely gets himself hurt while he's doing it. I wanted to give him like these cute little buck teeth. I just wanted him to look really cute, maybe energetic. I don't really know what to say. I wanted to even keep the aprons like really dark color. I just wanted everything to look super dark and super like black, So the second one is a girl, and I wanted to give her this big black dress and this hat, and I wanted her to look like she's at a funeral and she's just super sad. Maybe she cries a lot, but it's probably just an act so people feel better. I don't know what they're called. I'm pretty sure I know. Yeah, I think they're called like something that has mortem in it, but they like touch up the corpses a little bit, like they give them makeup before they do open casket funerals. And that's kind of what I wanted her to be. Like she just touches them up a little bit, like she gives them makeup, maybe makes their lips a little bit redder. She's just the makeup person. I wanted to give her this huge black dress that's super dramatic. I just wanted her to look super dramatic, like she would have her mascara streaming down every 5 seconds. I gave her black lipstick. I just wanted her to look like she's always at a funeral. And I also all made them really pale because I think I said in the last video that I really like to make them look like have this huge contrast between their skin and like the rest of them, and etc. etc. And that is it for the girl rabbit. There's another girl rabbit that I'm gonna go on now. The other girl is kind of like, I would say, a surgeon, not really a surgeon, but like if there's any drastic injuries that need to be like patched up and filled in, she's going to deal with it, because obviously a makeup person can't just suture up like injuries super perfectly. So this is like a surgeon kind. You know, the surgeries back then actually were pretty bad. So I mean, I guess they would all be pretty deadly anyways. So her services are always in need. I just gave her like these goggles resting on the top. She has a mask and her outfit is completely black as well. Is she a responsible sanitary I don't know, fixer upper? I don't know, but I hope she does her job well at least, so don't get infections. The last one is this small little one with a scarf. I just wanted to be like a youngest. I just imagined he just kind of designs, like he just kind of dictates where they should just put everything. Like you put the coffin here, the flowers here, the guests are there. I had this cute kind of idea that he wants to like help people. He wants to be a doctor when he grows up, because obviously when you work with your siblings working in a funeral service, you're gonna see a lot of dead people, and you might want to help them. My general idea on why they're funeral caterers is because I imagine they probably lived in a place where just people dropped all the time, so they kind of got used to it and thought they could make a little bit of money off of it. Despite being funeral caterers, they are still perfectly happy people. Perfectly happy little rabbits. They're all just completely calm and nice, actually, unlike some other adaptions. But that's probably all I have to say for these cute little rabbits. I imagine they probably all have something with their teeth that look like rabbits. Like maybe the girl one with the lipstick probably has a tooth gap. Maybe the little one has one of his teeth knocked out. And the surgeon, I don't know. I don't want to give her the same as any of them. So if anyone knows any other rabbit teeth stuff, you can say. Maybe an overbite, but I don't think so. The next one seems like it's completely unreasonable on why I would even add it. But you have to understand the only reason I even remembered this character when I was reading the fairy tale was because there was an adaptation of this character that beat me up so bad. I still know like literally everything about that boss fight. Devastating. But I mean, at least it's now easier when I go back. Like I beat Fuoko in like 5 tries last time. Yay! But besides that, yes, Fire Eater, but not just the Fire Eater. Also, this like in the story, there's like this circus master, so she's both of them. My idea for the story is like the fairy turned everybody into these like kind of half object, half people things. So the Fire Eater circus master lady turned into this big furnace, and so on and so forth. Um, she's a furnace. I don't really know what to tell you. She can spit fire out of her mouth because that's what fire eaters do, apparently. I should have probably made a design for the other clowns that are in the circus area. In the story, the fire eater is supposed to burn the little wooden boy alive for some firewood, but feels so bad for him that he starts crying and just gives him some gold pieces. And yes, I made the fire eater a girl. What are you gonna do about it? And the circus master also a girl. It's both of them. I just wanted to make like this really angry looking character. One of her hands is a shovel to shovel up like coal into her big furnace skirt. I'm not gonna think about how she moves around. It's probably wheels or something. I just wanted to make this really angry and sharp looking character. That's probably all I have to say about her. The only reason I even remember the fire eater, as I said, is Fuoko. Oh my god. Didn't. Next one is a character in the story that was in the beginning, and mainly just the beginning. Um, Antonio, he is the one that provides the wood to Geppetto to make the little puppet. Antonio, as I said, is like just in the beginning, but he seemed to be pretty funny. I just thought I would include him. I don't really know what I was doing in the design. I just wanted to make this old guy. So I just kind of like just, I just wanted him to look like he's super like nicely dressed, but probably just like the kind of old guy that like pokes his cane at you and just starts laughing. He's just a silly guy mainly. I had something to say. It slipped out of my mind. I'm stuttering a lot in this one because I really don't have much to say. He is Geppetto's best friend in the story, kind of. They say they're friends, but I don't really know. I found their interaction in the story to be really funny too. Like they just get mad at each other, they fight, and then they shake hands. They're like, "Yep, we'll never fight again. We're gonna be best friends for now and forever." That's really all I have to say about this one. I think the next design is one that is not going to sit well with a lot of people, but you have to listen to me. I know this probably seems like a really like twinkified version, but let me justify myself here, please. My idea is that like all of the kids in the story were just like real kids before like they became, candle, puppet, and so on and so forth. So obviously, if Geppetto would be Pinocchio's real biological gave birth to him father, he wouldn't really technically be that old. So I just made this not old guy, and I know I'm gonna get jumped for it, but you have to realize that in my mind, this makes sense for my own version of the story. He's just a guy that's been, time has not been doing him very well. He's not that old in my version of the story, and you might be asking why I gave him this yellow hair. It's because in the original story, children called him Polendina because his hair was so yellow. It looked like cornmeal mush. It wasn't even his hair, it was a wig. But I still find that funny anyways. That's why he fights with Antonio anyway, because he calls him Polendina. I don't even think it was him who called him Polendina. I'm not explaining it right now. I don't want to explain it right now. I just wanted to give him, this like, how do we even explain it? He works on stuff. That's what I wanted him to look like. I don't want to like take up too much time not talking. I wanted to give him like no sleeves or no coat or anything because in the original story, as I said, I didn't think I mentioned this, but he actually sold his coat to get his son a school book, which is so cute yet so sad. It's a really nice story. It's kind of funny, obviously for children, so it's gonna have like a lot of lesson teaching, but it's still a nice read if you just want to laugh. I don't really. I want to give him glasses, I guess, like the kind of reading glasses where when you look down, it like makes everything look big. I don't really have much to say. I think I wanted to give him boots. They are not looking like boots though. He's just a guy that's been tried by the times. Things haven't been very good to him. But of course, anything that I have in my mind as a story, I'm not gonna tell because it's complicated and long, and I just don't want to explain things. But obviously, I just want to mention that just because these are my adaptations of fairy tales means obviously they're going to be different from the originals, and I'm going to have my own story tidbits and whatnot. So some characters are going to look very different. I mean, I think the only description of his age was that he was a short old man, and even in this story, he becomes not a short old man at like the very end, as a gift from the fairy, turns him into a real boy, whatnot. Just gonna get to the end now. Is some of the speed paint still remaining, but that's just the sick version of the fairy and another character that is part of, well, my own little idea of character collections for this story. But that is just about all I have to say. I actually don't know what fairy tale I'm gonna do next, but my friend did send me a play of the Wizard of Oz, so I think I know what I'm gonna do while I watch that. So that's probably all that I have right now. If anyone has any suggestions or any suggestions for the designs, you can tell me. Obviously, my friend is going to be the only one who's going to be suggesting things and whatnot. But either way, it doesn't matter. Anybody can watch this. This is just made so people can have something on while they do stuff. This is not really the best video, but I mean, it's just to show off my designs and whatnot. And so I can just yap. But that's about it. Any suggestions, anything else, tell me. I would like to hear it. But that is it. Bye.